Hi everybody, so today I'm going to show you how to set up Alokai and Odoo on your local laptop for development. So we already have Odoo installed. I have done another video explaining how to set it up on Ubuntu 24.04. I'm using Mint, but underneath it's Ubuntu Noble 24.04 LTS, and I'm using Odoo 18. Um, So to get things started faster, I just cloned Alokai repo, which you can find at ERPGap and Alokai Odoo. So what you need to do is like copy this URL. Now you just find a folder where to place your code and just clone it with git clone recurse. This is important because there are some modules attached. And then you can specify the branch. We are using default branch, which is 18. Then put this and then the name of the folder, or just leave it empty. It's going to use Alokai do the name of the repo for creating the folder. That's what we already have here. So if we go here, I'll do ls, and you'll see we have this symlink, which is pulling from an OCA GraphQL based repo. The repo is for REST framework, but it's a module for GraphQL. And this is the module you need to set up and install. I already did this because it takes a while, depending, of course, on the size of the server. But just recapping, what you should do is, well, first you need to sudo apt install python 3 virt. I think it's just venv like this. Yeah, it says. Yeah, it already has the newest version. I'm going to deactivate the virtual environment, but now just show you. You should first create it, of course. You should do python 3 -m and then venv and then van and then specify where you want it. I have envs, I have one per each Odoo version. Just do this. It's going to start your virtual environment. After this is done, you need to source and point to activation binary. Now you see 18 here, means we are already set up. Then you install requirements for Odoo, which I already have installed. As I said, I showed it on the previous video. And here you'll find we also have a requirements file. So you should also do pip install -r requirements. There you go. So I already have them, so it's faster. Now I just need to run Odoo and add this folder to the add-ons path. So I already done it here. Make sure everything was going to work for the video. So as you see, I clone Odoo at this place. Then I'm passing Odoo add-ons folder and Alokai Odoo. Then specifying the database and then using workers. I already have Nginx set up. Also, I showed it on the last video. So if I go here and localhost, you'll see it's going to bring up our server. Then I can do gra. Oh yeah. Before I do this, the first thing you should do is -c GraphQL Alokai. Install this module. When it's done, it will stop the log. I'll just do -u so you see it's there. I'm just updating it. So now you can go here at GraphQL VSF, and you'll open the the GraphQL interface. You can browse through the documentation here, click on docs and see queries and mutations. it's easy as this, so you can just select the fields that you want to see. For example, SKU. If you just press Control and then space, it's going to show all the available fields. For example, is in stock. There you go. And this is what Storefront will use to call out Odoo and get the portfolio, the product portfolio. So now we see it's working. Nuxt.js will use the same route, just will not have that I here, just GraphQL VSF. It's available on a different route. Now, next step, you should install Redis server. I install it with Docker. You can just do sudo apt install Redis server if you prefer. But I always prefer to have it on Docker because it's one less software to have on my laptop. But if you do Docker ps, you'll see it's running here. And we have 6379 pointing to localhost. Also install the Redis CLI. So if I do redis-cli, I'm already inside the Redis container this way. Yes, so now next step is again go to this folder. So we should now start with the boilerplate, which is this project here, GitHub ERP Gap Storefront UI. Just take the URL here. This one doesn't have any Git modules, so you can just go and git clone the name of the repo. Now Lokai dash boilerplate, or you can use the name of your project. That's how usually we start any project. Now you send the end into this folder. It's important that you have installed NVM. I always use NVM because I change the version of Node easily. So if I do NVM, you can find lots of tutorials on how to do it. ls, you'll see the list of available versions. So the default one is 2010. And if you cat here this little folder here, this little file, nvmrc, you'll see that's the correct version. Okay. So after you do this, you should use npm install global and yarn. Already did this, so I'm not going to do it because it takes time. It will install yarn, okay? Believe me, it will. And now I'll just cp.env example into .env so that I can change later. What have I done? Yeah, I did it correctly. Now I can just use code to open it. And I'll just change a couple of things here. No. I used cat instead of copy. cp. Oops. Okay. Okay, now we do have that file here. Now we'll use https 127.0.0.1. Better use HTTPS instead of localhost. There are some known problems with this. 8069, which is the default port where Odoo is going to work. I'm just bypassing Nginx. We don't need it for this purpose. So here it will be the same thing. I can just copy this, copy, place it here. And this one, this will be port 3000. Maybe we need to specify port 3000. And then this will be development. That's fine. Save it. Okay, this also throws a warning or an error, so let's take it out. We are not using HTTPS. I don't think we're going to have any problems with this. So now I just do yarn. This way, yarn will install all the required libraries. This can take some time, so I'll pause. Okay, now it's completed. It really took like 2 minutes or something. So after this, we do yarn dev. But well, first let's make sure we have Odoo running. It is. So yarn dev. It's going to take a while also. Okay, so it seems like the server should be up now. So I'll just follow the link to localhost port 3000. One thing we have to be sure is that Redis is flushed. So I'll open this and I'll do Redis cli and then flush all. And then we can use this to scan. Okay, we don't have nothing now. So what I usually do, I do open developer tools like this. And now it's still loading. Let's wait a bit. Now we see the browser doing some requests. This development mode, of course. There's a warm-up phase here. And you can follow the log. Some issues here. So now you see it has loaded all the uh, e-commerce categories that we have. So for example, I go here to shoes and it's a problem here with the URL. Let's empty cache and hard reload, see if the image comes up. Yeah, it's using 3000 there. Shouldn't. Well, let's do check Redis here. You see, you already have some stuff there. So if you do something like this query gets the categories, right? And it's stored. So if we do this and then you pipe it to JQ, I'm not sure it's installed here. Yeah, it's not installed, so you have to install JQ. It helps to read. Yeah, I'm missing something here. I'm missing the get keyword. Get. Okay, cool. So this way you can read the JSON that is stored on Redis. Now, yeah, we can do some experience. Let's open localhost here. Localhost/Odoo and go into e-commerce categories. So website here. And let's take, for example, woman shoes. It has to have a two level. Well, let's take this one, woman shoes, right? So let's go into this category here. Just change the name. I'll save it. Now let's go here and do an empty cache and hard reload. And we should see nothing happen. This problem with the pictures, we'll check it later. seems it's using the wrong URL. So if you see still the same, and that's expectable, I need to flush. Okay. Now I'll do empty cache and hard reload again. Wait for the menu to be loaded. And there you see, shows with the change that I did. So now let's check here what could be wrong. I had a missing backslash here, I mean. And watch out if you're using this and you also export. It could be that your exports are overriding what you have in the env folder. But well, yeah, just to tell you, now you can start developing, like just find the files you want to change, uh, like components probably, uh, and then, well, just tackle whatever you need here uh, and change according to your needs, and it will reflect directly on the browser. And yeah, that's mostly it. We could do some other tests, like we could like break down this menu. It's hard coded on the header here. If you go here, you'll find we are using woman and man. So if you decide to use a different structure, don't forget you have to take this out. This is just a boilerplate. There are some things that need to be taken from the boilerplate. They were just hard coded. It was like this when we got it from Alokai already. But yeah, we intend to make it more out of the box and just taking probably the first root categories and just build the structure from there. But anyway, I think the goal is accomplished. So don't forget to flush Redis every time you do some change. You can get any of these queries or um, any JSON that is stored here just using Redis CLI get, and then this, and then pipe into JQ, and you'll see what is happening there. And yeah, that's all for now. I hope you liked it, and we'll see you next video. Bye.